All right, so I'm just going to do a screen share here so I can show you guys. So welcome to our website. So the website is a really quick way to get to your portal. You can actually get to it through here, or you can get to it right on the home page if you just scroll down right here. All right, how many of you have had, if you had any problems getting on the portal? No, nobody's had any problems? Okay, that's good. So once you get into your portal, there's all kinds of stuff. Right away, you're gonna see anything that's going on at the studio right here in our recent news. To see all the news, if you missed something, you can always go here. And that'll show you all the events coming up, all the cool stuff that we have going on. All right, so once you're in here, you're also gonna see all of your, back to home, all of your lessons, events, webinars that you're signed up for. Oh, by the way, my fake account is Tina Turner. So if you're wondering who Tina Turner is, it's me. So in here is the, like, pretty much everything that you need, your makeup credits. So if you have to cancel a lesson, your makeup credits will come in here. But right now we really have 0 cancellations. So if you do have a makeup credit, just get in touch with us and we can book it for you. Because usually what would happen is if someone would cancel, that would become a makeup lesson. But no one's canceling because no one's going anywhere. This is for your practice hours. We do have some students that are blowing our minds with logging practice hours. It's really great for the teacher to see what they're doing and for the student to keep up with a regular routine, which is good. So I'm sure you've all been to your calendars. That's where you're going to find your events. That's the one we're on right now. And your music lesson. So Tina Turner is booked in for a lesson with Jack Mitchell tomorrow. He laughed when he got the email that Tina Turner just registered for music lessons with him. So the easiest way to get to your lesson is just click the Zoom button. That will bring you directly to our new Music Depot lobby, which is really cool. If anybody, we just launched it last Tuesday. So if you have Monday lessons, you haven't been to the lobby yet, but I can show you what the lobby looks like. Is what the lobby looks like. The lobby looks just like this, with me or Becky and all the other students coming and going, all the parents waiting. And you know what? It is so much fun. We hang out and we chat just like we normally would at the studio. And then if you have any questions, you're more than willing or more than welcome to ask at that time. So just to give you an example, so I have an example teaching room here. So I'm going to put Jack into that room. So watch, he's going to go into his teaching room. And he's gone. So we've actually created rooms for the teachers that are right off of the lobby. So who wants to go into the lesson with Jack? Someone? Deb. Oh, I'll put Cheryl and Quinn. Deb. All right. Oh, there's a lot more people on here than I thought. All right. So they're all in a room with Jack now. It's a private room. We don't record that room or nothing. Everybody kind of comes and goes out of the lobby. So at some points we might have 5 teaching rooms going at the same time. So everybody comes into the lobby and then we put you into the room with the teacher. Virtually the same thing as it would be at the studio. So after your lesson, you can always pop right back into the lobby if you want and come say hi and see who's in there. The teachers like to jump back and forth just to see who's in the lobby. It's cool because it changes constantly. It's pretty awesome. All right, so everybody's back. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go back to our portal. So we're back in our portal here. So that's what will happen when you click this link. You'll go into the lobby just like that. You can also get to it here. So right off your homepage, right to your lesson. All right, so that's the stuff most of you probably have already done. You've already figured out by now. We've had these lessons for 3 weeks. So there's some other cool things that you can do and that your teacher can communicate with you through the portal. Okay, so on your contact information, that'll pretty much just be how to get a hold of us. So if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can always email me through here. We're working on getting the telephone set up again, but in the meantime, just send the email. I think it comes right to my phone or right to and I'm always at my desk, so I can usually get back right away. And here's your teacher's information here. News, I already showed you. This I didn't set up properly because I don't have any invoices myself, but it is an automated program for us. So what we do is that we set you up to pay weekly or monthly, whatever you want, and you should get the emails or invoices emailed right to you. If you have any problems with that, just send us an email. But you'll see all of your invoices here and your balance. So it's pretty simple. Nobody has to really worry about much. Everything just kind of comes and goes, and you'll be able to see it all here. Sorry, I didn't set this up. So if you have makeups or anything or events that you've attended, you will be able to see them here. That's today. Today's is unrecorded, but this is where the teacher marks you absent or present. We don't use Lending Library. Okay. I hope a bunch of you have been using your online resources. This is probably one of the coolest things that we have on this portal. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see all of the isolated melody projects that we've done. So if you click in, you will see all of the programs. So if you want to get involved with the Isolated Melody Project, if you haven't already, I think you definitely should. It's a lot of fun, and it gives you that sense of accomplishment too. You're working towards something, which is great. So you can come in here and you can download any of the information that you need. So the baseline, this will be the chord chart and the lyrics. So you can access this stuff literally anytime. And you'll also have most students, if you're new or your teacher hasn't given you any information yet, you'll have your own folder that this was a test. Apparently I didn't know it was there. It's a picture of so, oh, my teacher sent me a picture. This is how you play what is that, a CAD 9? All right, back out of here. All right, so if you're not using your online portal, especially to get the Isolated Melody Project information, I definitely suggest that you use it. It's very handy to come in, and this is the new one. I don't want to give it away, so I don't want to click on it. All right, so here's your practice log, which we were talking about a little earlier. So I put that on Friday the 24th. I learned to play the drum parts to School's Out. So if you want to add some time, so I can put in played accordion, 30 minutes, and I can email my teacher to let him know. All right, so my teacher is going to get an email to know that I just practiced the accordion for 30 minutes. I'm sure he's gonna love that, because seriously, he just got an email that said Tina Turner practiced accordion for 30 minutes. It's kind of funny. All right, moving on. Repertoire. Repertoire is an interesting place that your teacher can send stuff, YouTube links. We're using that because we use a lot of YouTube links, but they can also upload PDFs. They can upload all different stuff and keep all of your information. So this is what I'm working on, 12-bar backing track, pentatonic scale fret 5. So my teacher assigned this to me with this YouTube link. So I will be able to have this at all times. And then when we're finished working on this, he can mark this as completed. So we're moving on to something else. So this might be a technique that you're working on. This might be a song that you're working on. But your teacher can use or put all of the stuff in your repertoire. So this is a place to keep an eye on. Usually if the teacher sends you anything, it will automatically send you an email, but keep an eye on it. And now I know, like anytime I sit down to practice, I'm gonna log into my portal and I'm going to go work on this. And last on the menu is email history. So if there's anything that you forgot or wanted to get information on, you can find all of the emails that we send you here. All right. So one of the things we're working on, we're about to launch a whole bunch of really cool webinars with our teachers. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. You will be able to see all of them over here, upcoming events. So keep an eye on that. We will send you an email as well when we launch everything, but keep an eye on your events coming up. We're doing an open jam. Actually, it'll be more of an open mic on May 3rd. So that's going to be super fun. Me and Jack are already preparing some songs. I'm scared of that. But we'll be sending everything out tomorrow so that you have that. And it's going to work virtually like this. So what we're going to do, so we're all going to log in together. We're going to hang out for a bit, maybe make a coffee, pour a beverage. And then if you want to do a song, it's going to work virtually just like Open Jam. So you're going to put your song down and we're going to go in order. So work on your stuff. You're going to have to get creative, I think. Like Ella and Spencer, you guys are lucky because you guys both play and Ella sings, so you guys can do something together. Anastasia, you play and sing, so that's awesome. You can accompany yourself. But other students that might not play an instrument, but they sing, you could use a karaoke backing track. You know, we can get creative. Ask your teacher to record something maybe, and then you can play to that. So there's different things that we can do to really get creative with it. So we're gonna have to see how it goes. Like I said, our first one will be in a week, so start working on your stuff. All right, does anybody have any questions about the actual open mic? Because I know I got a couple of emails, so.
Hey Morgan, will it be on Zoom or the Music Depot website?
It'll be on Zoom, so it'll be just like this. We're actually gonna run it right through our lobby. So just like you would go into music lessons. Yeah, so we're gonna do it right through our lobby. So that'll be kind of interesting because it's the same link. So virtually, if you were to go into your music lesson, it'll take you to the lobby. So we'll put out the link so that everybody knows exactly where to go, but it'll be right here. And we will be streaming it to our Facebook page because open mic is supposed to be live, right? That's the point of it. It's a live performance. So yeah, any other questions about it?
Morgan?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we're on Zoom together, is it possible for kids to play and sing together at the same time? Or is there a bit of a lag?
There is a lag. Yeah, there is a lag. So that's why I'd suggested using like backing tracks or karaoke tracks or totally bring in a family member.
Perfect.
For Laura Lee, she's a piano teacher. So, I mean, there's stuff that you could do with your students to help them. Piano is easy though, it's very melodic. Mm-hmm. So, but like for guitar, you know, like there's some great backing tracks that you could use if you want. Or get somebody to record with you, you know, record something ahead of time, get a friend to do it or, you know, your teacher to do it, and then you can play it while you perform. So it still gives you that opportunity to kind of show off what you've been working on.
So the same way we're talking right now, one at a time, we're going to do this one at a time with the microphone unmuted, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, and you know what's fun? If everybody, it depends on what device you're on. It's kind of like, it's very different from laptops to iPads to phones. But if you go to speaker view, and that's what we're going to suggest, whoever is speaking, like right now, I should be big on the screen if you're in speaker mode. So whoever's speaking is highlighted. You're muted, but you're speaking, so your Deb is big for me. Yep. So it kind of switches over. So it's a little better than just a bunch of little boxes. So yeah, the speaker view and the gallery view are great when you're teaching too. Or when you're in a lesson, it's good to have it on speaker view so that your teacher is bigger so you can see instead of the same size. So we're going to suggest speaker view for the Open Jam. I think that would be a little more realistic or a little more real, I guess. Is there any other questions about the open? I got to stop saying Open Jam though, because we can't jam. So it's back to open mic. All right. So we do have, like I said, some webinars that we're going to be doing. Now, the first one we're going to be doing is a how to restring your guitar, because people are popping strings at home. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that. I'm horrible at it, but Jack is going to show you guys how to do that on Thursday. So you'll get an email tomorrow about the next week's events coming up. Okay. So a couple of things that the teachers have asked me to go over with the students is, one, there's been some issues with Wi-Fi and the students dropping out or freezing, you know, where you're stuck like this. We sometimes in the household when there's like 6 people and they're all on their phones and they're all on their laptops and there's going to need to, I mean, it's going to happen if everybody's pulling on the Wi-Fi. So if anybody's having troubles, that's the first place to start, is to, sorry, I get messages, is to kick people off the Wi-Fi. It's rude, but you want to have a good lesson. So that seems to have been a bit of an issue. It has gotten better over the weeks. I think everybody's kind of getting used to it and getting more wise as to how Wi-Fi works, because usually it's never a problem, right? But with everybody home and everybody online, it's really starting to pull on all angles. So if you do get kicked out in your lesson, the best thing to do is just go right back to that link and hit it again, and you'll come right back to the lobby. The teacher can't do anything about it. They just sit in their room and wait. So if you get kicked out, just go right back to the Zoom, click it, and you'll come back. All right, the other thing is we are working on, and we haven't been able to figure it out for sure yet, a lot of the teachers are using the recording function to record the lessons for their students. It does take a great deal of time to render the lesson afterwards, which is difficult. And I know there is features that we can allow the student to record, and I don't think we've been able to fix it yet. Somebody try. It'll say you have to ask permission. Yeah. Okay, so that's not working still. We haven't been able to get rid of that bug. Zoom is making so many changes every day. It's really hard to keep up with what they're doing. We have found a workaround where the teacher can record again. So that way you can record whatever you want and you have it for the week to practice to, which is really handy. If you feel like that's something that you want in your lesson, just ask your teacher if it's possible, if they could record, I mean, not the whole lesson, but maybe just the parts that, you know, you want to remember or you want to be able to see for future so you can practice. There is some audio settings that I know Jack was looking at. Jack, did you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on whether you're on a laptop or an iPad or your phone. If you're on a laptop or a computer, then there's all kinds of little audio settings you can do. Down in the left-hand corner, you should see your mute button and your stop video button. And right beside those, if you're on a laptop, they got like a little arrow. And if you click on that arrow, you'll see where it says all kinds of things. It's your type of microphone, your speakers, and everything else, test speakers, leave computer audio. At the very bottom is audio settings. And if you go into audio settings, there's spots where you can test your speakers, you can set your volume, and there's an advanced button. If you go to advanced, there's a bunch of suppress persistent background noise, suppress intermediate background noise. All these things are basically set up for more of a meeting kind of thing. So when you're playing music and you start playing a little louder, what it will do is it will take it as background noise, and it will literally crunch your signal down so that I can't hear you when I'm teaching you. So you want to disable anything that says suppressing the sound. That way I can still hear you, because as soon as you get extremely loud, everything gets crunched. So that might be something that will help with your audio setting. So if you're on a, like I said, if you're on a laptop or a computer, these options are there. If you're on an iPad or a phone, I'm not sure if they're even in there. We haven't been able to find them yet. I teach on a computer, so I've had no problem, but going on my iPad, I know we had all kinds of problems, and I just could not find how to change it. So that's something that we're working on that. If I figure it out, I'll let you know. So, but so far on a laptop, it seems to really make a huge difference to the sound. So there you go.
Thank you. Okay. So a couple of things. One, I got a question about parents and students having their own account on the portal. And that's absolutely right. You can both have an account. What that means is that the student will go in to use their online resources, to use their repertoire, to see their events. The parent can have their own account, so they have the invoicing. So therefore the kids don't see it. It's not on the student account. It is only on the parent account. So if the student has their own email, put it in the portal. We only got a couple where students have their own email. We need a separate email to be able to create separate accounts. So if you don't have a parent student account and you want one, just let us know, and we can easily set that up and send you the login so you can create your own account. That way you have access to the invoicing and rescheduling, and the student has the access to the online functions for their lesson. So thank you for that. I totally forgot to bring that up. So that's good. And Laura Lee also mentioned that I have one person that keeps like coming and going. Oops. Laura Lee also mentioned that if you have the option to plug it in through an Ethernet cable, that's the way Jack runs it, and seems to work perfect. He never seems to have any issue. I'm on Wi-Fi, like literally 10 feet from him, and I get issues sometimes. So being able to plug right into Ethernet does make a big difference. So if you have that capability, definitely go for it. It doesn't completely stop the lag though, unfortunately. I wish it did. But they are coming out with some programs and literally 4 people to jam together that don't have any lag. So I am looking into those right now. All right, is there any other questions about anything? Just kind of flew through the portal, showed you some of the places. I'm assuming a lot of you have already gone through everything and played with all of the features in there. Where do you guys go to get your isolated melody project? Do you still go to the secret project page? No? Do you go to the online portal? I'm looking at heads.
Yeah, our mom sends us the secret link. We don't use the portal as much.
Okay. I don't know who said that, but if you are in your portal, you can always find it underneath the online resources. It's open to all of our students, so everybody can see it. And you will be able to tell which one it is because the rest of them say closed. So yeah, use that feature for sure. I hope you guys use these features. I mean, the options that we have now, I mean, we never had in face-to-face. And now once we go back to the studio, we will be implementing all of the cool things that we learned. We're going to keep the portal even when we're back to the studio, so that we still have the options of the online repertoire.
I'll bring up a couple issues I have. When I'm teaching, one of the things that has been an issue, and it's mostly people, if they're on their phone, or an iPad or something small, what's hard for me is seeing what my student is doing. Sometimes I can't see your hands or anything like that. So if you're on your phone or you're on your iPad or your laptop, whatever it happens to be, look at your own picture and make sure that you can see your own hands. I can see my hand in my picture. Everybody can see my hands, right? So when you're playing and I'm watching you play, if you're like this, I can't see your guitar. So it's really, really difficult for me to tell whether you're doing something right or wrong as you're changing through what you're doing. So a lot of times it's just a little step back. Look at your own picture, make sure I can see your hands, okay? The other thing is, when we were talking about audio, make sure that your volume is up loud enough that if you get far enough away, you can hear it, or use headphones. Headphones seem to make a huge difference for what you can hear. Morgan's been using headphones for the last little while, and it seems to really help with the sound that she's getting. A lot of times, the sound coming off a phone or the sound coming off an iPad is just not very good. But if you plug in a set of headphones or you plug in earbuds or something like that, it will make a huge difference in what you hear, and make it easier just for your own sound. The other thing is make sure that your teacher can hear you. Sometimes it's, again, in the settings, you want to test to make sure that your volume is up loud enough and your microphone volume is up loud enough that they can hear you, because they can't really help you if they can't hear you. So these are some things that I found I've had problems with. And a lot of times it's as simple as just turn it up a little bit. Like I said, turn up a little bit and sit back a little bit. And it just saves a lot of time and hassle of me going, I can't see you. So,
And the lobby has been good because I can go through all that when they come into the lobby. You know, I can't hear you, turn your audio up, or, you know, sometimes the kids are like, okay, move your device back. He's all face.
that's a good point. The headphones that Morgan's using right now are I think they're the iPod ones or the iPhone ones or whatever they are, and they have the little microphone right in the cable. And those seem to work really well. Those are the ones, yeah. You got it, Kylie. They make a huge difference. The mic seems to be right in the right spot where they hang, so you can hear extremely well that way. So since Morgan went to those, she's had a lot less problems. So.
I don't know if we would recommend those for vocal lessons. I'm not sure. We'd have to talk to a vocal teacher.
Yeah, they work fine for guitar. They're not blocking out all of your sound. Like a big set of headphones will block out a lot of your sound. You won't hear yourself at all.
It's not just that, though. I mean, we have some powerhouse vocalists.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would blow their teacher's face off.
Possible.
But they do make a huge difference. All right. I guess Jack's done talking now. All right. Well, oh, you're back.
Okay. If you're out of stuff, some of the things that I've talked to a lot of my students about too is if they're working on our projects, if you have access to a printer, print off your lyrics and chords. Get yourself a stand. Set it up just like you're in your music room. So it's just like sitting there with your teacher face to face. If you've got it printed off or even on another device that you can see that, then I don't have to shrink my screen. It makes it a lot harder to see you and watch the music at the same time. So if you have the opportunity or you have the means to, either print it off or, like I said, put it up on another device so you can see your music and I can see you. Because if I have to screen share it, well, now it's taking up a big chunk of my screen and I got to kind of play with it until I can get it right. So if you can print it off. It does make things easier. And usually what I try to do is send a lot of my stuff ahead of time. I'm going to start doing that more often so that my students already have it. If they've got access to it before I even get online with them, then we're ahead of the game and it doesn't waste time in your lesson, which I mean, let's face it, the more time I get to spend with you, the more I can show you. So, all right, that was my 2 cents. There you go, Morgan, back to you.
All right. So we are going to be sending out information on the open mic tomorrow, which is May 3rd, Sunday. It'll be same time, 4 o'clock. We're also doing the how to restring your guitar next Thursday. Jack will be doing that one. So we'll send you that information. Yeah, and then we're gonna try to do a month's worth of webinars and stuff, and we'll be posting it this week to get ahead of the game. It's been a lot of trial and error and a learning curve, I think, for all of us. But we're getting our heads around it, and everything is really starting to come together. So we want to do some game nights really, really soon. If anybody has any good game ideas, I was thinking like music trivia would be fun. So we're gonna try to get that worked out very, very soon, so that we can just have fun. A bunch of us did a game night the other night, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. So it's a lot of fun to just feel like you're still together. So, all right. Well, if anybody has any other questions, let me know. You can always email me or get me on Facebook or anything. But yeah, we're getting ready to do our next isolated melody this week. I hope everybody gets involved. This one's a little easier than the last one. Like I said, I struggled on the last one. Whew.
You can remind them when we're teaching, the hours that we're teaching, the lobby's always open too. So if you have questions, you can always pop in the lobby and talk to Morgan. And she just likes it if you pop in a little early just to say hi anyway. Kind of just make sure you see everybody.
I typically keep the lobby open. Like anytime I'm working, I'll open it. So you can always click the link, and if I'm open, you'll come right to me. So I've been trying to keep it open. Just if I'm on my computer, I might as well, right? And I've had quite a few people just randomly stop in, some with questions, some, just to chat. So it's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, Michelle, that was awesome. Michelle stopped in to see me last week. But it's also good for people that aren't even registered, just to see, what is this all about? It's kind of weird, a virtual lobby. But once you go to it, if you haven't yet, it kind of just feels like being in the studio. So it's kind of neat. You get to see the people before and after your lesson, and it's kind of cool. The parents are all peeking in to see who's in the lobby. So yeah, I try to keep it open during the day. Right now we teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The lobby's always open. In the evenings between 3 and 8. So you guys can pop in anytime. Just say hi, or if you have any questions or anything. So, all right.
The other thing is, if anybody has ideas or stuff that is causing them issues right now, because I mean, let's face it, you can't go to your local music store and say, "Hey, I got a problem with this." If you're having any issues, gear-wise, instrument-wise, things like that, don't be afraid to ask. I can walk you through a lot of things. This is why we're doing the string change thing. One of Aaron's students popped a string, and it's like, oh no, it's not like I can just say, here, fix it, because there's no place to really take it anymore and just say, here, fix it. So if you're having problems with anything like that, don't be afraid to ask. I can walk you through just about anything. You need to change a drum head. You need to, fix your patch cord, whatever it happens to be. I can probably walk you through it. So don't be afraid to get a hold of Morgan and just say, hey, I'm having a problem with this. Can you do anything to help?
So, okay. Well, like I said, there's a lot of things coming up. We are constantly working on making things better and tweaking things and fixing them. I mean, launching the online lobby was probably like the happiest day in the last 6 weeks for me, being able to see everybody's faces. It was very cool. So I hope you guys pop in and come see me, or Becky. If I make Becky work, I might.
Deb was asking, Thursday night is when we're going to do string change night. So if you want to check that out, it'll be going out. It's going to be on everybody's portal. I imagine Morgan will send something out about that. And I'll be doing like just a single change. Here's how you fix that one broken string and stuff like that. I'm going to do a couple different things. I'll do a couple different styles of electrics. I'm going to do a bass. And then I'm going to do a full acoustic restring. So just tricks and things that you can learn how to do, so that little maintenance tips and the tools I use and the things that make it easy, mistakes I've made, things like that. And then Michelle was asking about a drum walkthrough, and I don't really know what you mean. Oh, tuning drums. Okay. Yeah, tuning them up. You know, where that would shine would be Aaron, Morgan's brother, Aaron. He's more of a drummer than me. I know it from a sound guy's point of view. I can usually get the ring out of the drums just to stop that annoying sound. But Morgan's brother would be better at tuning than me. So maybe we can talk him to doing a drum tuning little webinar and show you guys how to do that. Nothing is more annoying than ringy, noisy drums that don't sound like they're supposed to. It's when they're out of tune, they're extremely annoying. First things first, stuff a pillow in that bass drum.
Yeah. Yep, that's a bad sound. All right. Yeah, and if you guys have other ideas about webinars, we do have a whole bunch. But if anybody has any ideas, just shoot us a message. Let us know, because like I said, you know, it's all for you guys. So whatever we could do, we've got some really cool ones from all of our teachers coming up. Everybody sent me information. So we're going to put that on the portal this week. Try to get ahead of the game a little bit. So if there's not any more questions, keep an eye on your emails. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out, and we hope everybody is having fun with the online lessons. It's been an experience, but it is a blast. So yeah, just let us know if you have any problems. All right, everybody good?
Thank you, Morgan.
I don't know who said that, but you're welcome.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
It really should like light up when someone talks or something. I can't.
It does for us.
It does.
It does. The yellow bar changes.
Oh, it does. Oh, I see now. How come I never noticed that?
Thank you so much, Morgan.
So it has to be somebody that's on your screen.
It depends on how you're set up too. Like I went back to gallery view. So now I can tell what's happening.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Morgan.
Bye, guys. We'll see you all soon, okay? Work on your open mic stuff.
Bye, guys.
Later, Gator. Bling. Everybody trying to figure out how to log out?
Bye.
Bye.